Hi, everyone. We all know that one of the most difficult products to sell in the marketplace is a bad product. If a product is bad and it's very obvious to everyone that it's a bad product, no matter how the salesman spins it, no matter how the expertise of the salesperson, he will still find it difficult to sell, especially if the salesperson has been someone who has been quite voracious about that particular product's badness, so to say. So, in the past, you've been talking about this bad product, and you said it's not fit for purpose. It's not good. You've told the world that this product is not a good product. But by some miracle or some by heavenly providence, now your eyes became opened and you now start to love this product that was bad ab initio. It was a bad product before. All of a sudden, you start to fall in love with this product. It became a good product. In fact, it became the best product. So how are you going to sell it? Despite you now telling the whole world that the product was bad. This was exactly the situation Daniel Bwala was when he faced Mehdi Hasan of Al Jazeera. Too many things he had said in the past, he started to disavow all those things which he said in the past. It's just like he was hit by some amnesia. He started to forget even everything he has said. Not just deny, he said he forgot. He was unaware of most things he has said in the past. To the extent that he said on his own, he never said some of those things. Okay, now listen. Let's take them one by one. He said that Tinubu created a militia with his people for the election. That it was the first time militia was created in a Nigerian political situation. Listen.
The candidate of All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we are seeing a political party creating a militant arm leading to election.
He denied. He didn't say so. But he did because internet never forgets.
What do you say to people who highlight allegations against him of, quote, massive corruption and misappropriation of funds?
That's their opinion.
Actually, it's your opinion. In January 2023, you talked about the legal petition against him that involves, quote, massive corruption and misappropriation of funds. You were in the opposition and were very critical of his wealth.
Exactly verbatim what I said, because what you just said is not a true representation of
January 22nd, 2023, you said the petition against him involves massive corruption and misappropriation of funds belonging to the government of Lagos State, abuse of official office, conflict of interest.
I'm glad you said the petition against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, document that was taken to court.
That you highlighted.
I wasn't the one that went to court. And at that time, where was I?
You were an opposition member.
Thank you.
So should we not trust you when you say things as opposition?
What is the job of opposition?
To oppose?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you know it.
For the sake of opposing?
No, that's what you're adding.
I mean, you didn't just say that.
No, go to Westminster on Wednesday by 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You'll understand the job of the opposition.
You can do whataboutism all day, that's fine. You also said that,
whataboutism.
well, you know what doesn't happen in Westminster in the US Congress?
I know what does happen.
Well, I'm telling you what doesn't happen. Politicians don't accuse other politicians of setting up a militia. You said
they also accuse the governing party.
You said at the time.
On mistake in judgment in appointing someone that eventually turned out to be somebody in the FCC.
Yeah, if you think that this is comparable to Starmer and Mandos said, good luck to you if that's your defense tonight. You said at the time that Tinubu started a militia to sway the election corruptly and that they even threatened you. So how can we take anything seriously you say tonight in his defense?
Your opinion. Nigerians.
So my opinion is your opinion. Sorry, Daniel, it's your opinion.
That was litigated in Nigeria to conclusion, and then as a country we moved on. We are more interested about the deliverables that we have for the Nigerian people, and we look for opportunities.
Nigerians are very concerned about corruption, and Tinubu, you said this, Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we've seen a political party creating a militant arm leading to election. Your words, January 2023.
Context is everything.
There is no context.
I'm coming. You are quoting the things I said when I was in the opposition.
And I understand that's uncomfortable for you, but you did say them. If you want to disown them, that's fine.
For you to ask anything I've ever said.
So does he have a militia that tried to kill you?
He doesn't have. I never said he tried to kill me.
I myself have received threats from him and his camp. Your words.
I never said that.
You didn't say that at a press conference on January 22nd, 2023. You're just denying.
I never said that.
Who said it then? A lookalike?
No, I don't know what you meant by that. I know I complained at the time about the conduct of election.
It is not my fault that I am able to recall your words in a way you can't.
But it will be your fault
Tinubu,
when you read it out of context. Yeah.
If we go home late tonight, context.
Yes.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we've seen a political party creating a militant arm and leading to election. He advised his people should grab by all means necessary the process leading to elections, that they created this militia shortly after that. We have seen violence in Nigeria, and I myself have received threats from him and his camp.
Tinubu never created a militia. Tinubu is one of the foremost politicians in Nigerian history.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words, Daniel?
Tinubu has helped in strengthening democracy in
Tinubu
Nigeria.
And his people created a militia, Daniel. Who said those words?
Tinubu brought in leadership
skills
into governance.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words?
Tinubu and his people never created the militias.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
The candidate of All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we are seeing a political party creating a militant arm leading to election.
He also said that the militia was after his own life. But in the interview, he denied that he didn't say such.
There's also this threat to life, and I can tell you that because I myself have received threats from Asiwaju and his camp.
In 2023, Bwala said the election was so corrupt that he could not eat for 3 days. When Mehdi Hasan asked him about that, he denied.
He said that he bought his election. Did he buy his election?
At the time, I thought. But when it was litigated in court, the court found out he didn't.
So you thought he was vote buying and now you don't. You thought he bought his election, now you don't. In fact, you said it was so corrupt, the 2023 election, Tinubu's win, you said that you couldn't eat food for 3 days.
I never said that. Where?
Arise News, March 2nd, 2023. I became so sick for the past 3 days, I found it very hard eating food.
I'm sure you have a mistaken identity. I never said that.
You never said that you
became
sick. Why
would I not eat? Win, lose or draw? You eat your food and go to bed.
And legitimate complaints were raised all over Nigeria. That part is what threw me off balance. In fact, I became so sick. For the past 3 days, I found it very hard eating food.
About the bullion van that went to the then Bola Tinubu's Bodilon residence. He made mention of it. He tweeted about it. He said on television that it was used for corruption, to corrupt the election. It was used to bribe the people. But he also denied saying so.
He's not just super rich. It's what he does with his wealth. In 2019, 2 armored money trucks, bullion vans, were seen going into his house, coming out of his house. Where did that money go?
No. Point, did you see the money? Or those who reported, did they see money inside the bullion van?
Was there no money in the bullion vans?
How am I to know?
You said it was money in the vans at the time.
I never
2023, February. You
how could I have known
it's a tragedy that I know your words better than you do. There is only one person in Nigeria who is alleged to have moved money through bullion vans, and that person is the presidential candidate. You said that on February 17th on Channels Television, 2023.
Thank you for notifying me.
So where did the money go from the bullion vans?
There was no money inside.
So why did you say there was?
I said there was no money inside.
But at the time you said he's the only person to have moved money in bullion vans.
When did I say that? What was the event in Nigeria?
Oh, so you were lying because it was election campaign?
No, I never said I'm lying. I say, how can you prove that just because a bullion van goes into a person's house and comes out that there is money inside?
Maybe because people said it was vote buying by Tinubu. Tinubu himself said, I gave money to the people. You know he said that?
Yes, I also give money to people.
When you give money
myself.
to people would say that's vote buying. Politicians, rich politicians give poor
No, he
people
doesn't
money.
give money to people on election day, but he helps people.
But people at the time said it was vote buying. Do you agree with
Who
that?
are the people?
You said,
No, I never said that.
ostensibly, I can't believe you still keep walking into this. You said it was done ostensibly for vote buying. Do you agree with Daniel Bwala or not? Please don't lift up a glass of water. On the eve of the presidential elections, 2 cash-laden bullion vans, your words, were seen on the premises, which was ostensibly for vote buying. Your words, January 22nd, 2023. Have you just disowned everything you've said in order to work for this president?
I'm coming. What you just said now, I want to put it on record, on my own honor. That's not what I said.
There is only one person in Nigeria who is alleged to have moved money through bullion vans, and that person is on their ballot as the presidential candidate.
And too many other things that he said he was unaware. All of a sudden, Bola became unaware of everything he has said in the past and everything that's going on in the government where he's serving as a spokesperson. So today one can now compare Daniel Bwala with the former president who was unaware of anything. They are never aware of anything. That is what bad governance brings. All of a sudden, you're now hit by amnesia. You don't remember anything you said in the past. Bad government is a bad product, and it's very difficult to defend. There's no way you will try to defend this APC government without looking like a fool sometimes. There's no way you try to defend them. And the people watching you will see that either you lack integrity or you're acting stupidly because you're defending the indefensible. Bad products is difficult to sell. APC is a bad product. And that is why they stumble in trying to sell APC, because it has brought more pain to Nigerians instead of the hope he said it was going to bring. Stay tuned. Please follow us, subscribe, and follow us for more. Thank you.
Let's keep going, since you're denying words that came out of your mouth. Let's quote some other folks. The Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project named President Tinubu a finalist for the 2024 Corrupt Person of the Year award. According to a 2025 poll, 2 out of 3 Nigerians think the president and his team are involved in corruption.
That's a statement from drunken people. Next question.
2 out of 3 Nigerians are drunk.
No, start with the first one. What would you say the first time?
The first one was the OCCR reporting project.
They are the drunken people.
Okay, what about the Nigerians? Are they sober? Are 2 out of 3 Nigerians sober when they say you're president and you were involved in corruption?
Nigerians are entitled to hold and express opinion.
Yes,
it
and
is
it's
in
bad
our
for you.
constitution. The fact that you express an opinion does not substantiate that opinion.
I agree, but that's their opinion.
Happy.
You accept that 2 out of 3 Nigerians think that your government is corrupt.
I would be happy if you can tell me a finding of court that says Tinubu is corrupt.
Well, what's interesting you should say that, because a lot of Nigerians have reason to suspect that his wealth was built on illicit activity.
A lot of English people have complained about the Prime Minister.
You can
a
talk
lot
about
of Americans have
all night long,
There is
but it
no
has no
country
relevance.
of the world where the people aren't complaining about their leaders.
All right.
That's how
I love it when
democracy
you
is
set
fashioned.
these challenges. Can you find me a country in the world where the sitting president, the US government seized $500,000 from one of their Chicago bank accounts after investigators found probable cause that the funds were proceeds of drug trafficking, specifically heroin. Tinubu gave up the money in a settlement. He was never indicted of a crime. But when a US judge last year ordered the release of all of the documents by the FBI, Tinubu went to court to prevent it. What does he have to hide?
The minute a matter is taken to court by right, you have the right to send your lawyer. The fact that you send a lawyer to defend your matter or to go against a motion that is filed before the court is not a conclusive proof of acceptance of the
But
fact
he's obviously got something
that
to
was
hide.
taken to the court.
He gave up $500,000, which were probably the proceeds of drug trafficking.
I'm glad you used the word probably, but it is not. Go ahead.
You said in 2022 that this drug case, quote, conclusively concluded not in favor of Bola because he had to forfeit that money. There is still a cloud around drug-related activity.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Not a conclusion.
Okay, so the cloud's still there for a lot of Nigerians.
No, the cloud is no longer there.
How did it disappear?
Because the Nigerian people have moved on with the president.
Who said they moved on?
The facts are there.
Less than 10% of Nigerian voters voted for him.
So
that
in
he doesn't have some big mandate from the people that means that I can't ask you, why did he give back $500,000 to the US government, which were believed to be the proceeds of drug trafficking, and you believed they were the proceeds of drug trafficking?
Why do you conduct a polling with 500 people and give a representation of the population?
You're now questioning all polls. Is that your defense?
No, I just said the point. You heard me well.
Well, you don't trust the Nigerian people.
I trust the Nigerian people.
This idea of drugs and narcotics is a terrible case all over the world. And if someone has that questionable character and is elected as president, what it means is that it will embolden people who are into those activities. That is why this person has to come out clean. You said those words.
If somebody has that, thank God he doesn't have.
How do we know he didn't come out clean? You said he has to come out clean in 2022.
Okay, let me put it this way. This fact was litigated.
No, it wasn't.
This fact was litigated in the Nigerian court, and the apex court of the land, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, whose decision is not appealable to any court outside Nigeria, held that this case has not been established against.
Your words were that there's still a cloud around them because it was not conclusively concluded
My word
in favor
and the judgment
of
the Supreme Court, which one is relevant? In the Constitution of Nigeria, all the decision of the Supreme Court bind all authorities and people throughout the Federation. That's what matters.
The fact that he had laundered drug money, most likely in his US bank account, is not an issue for you now. It was an issue for you a few years ago. It's suddenly not an issue when you go to work for the man. How convenient.
The court has held the allegation that was put up in the petition against him could not be substantiated.
Well, the US hasn't held that. And in fact, the US court tried to release all the files, and the president rushed to stop them from doing that. Innocent people, is that what they do?
What stopped them from releasing it?
Is innocent
what
people?
stopped them from releasing it?
It's ongoing in the courts.
I'm glad you said ongoing.
But
so let's wait until when it's...
Do innocent people try and stop files from being released about themselves?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm sure the Nigerian people
privacy. I'm coming. If a case is taken to court against you, even when you know you are not liable, will you be comfortable that the order of court will permit the release of privacy issue relating to you?
Yeah, if people think I have drug money in my bank and I don't, then yes, I would do everything I can to...
Unfortunately, people do not.
Tinubu, I'm going to spend a lot of time enjoying social media after this show is done
Go
and
ahead.
aired.
Yeah, well.
Let's